Good morning and welcome to another episode of The Studio. My name is Adam and it's time for yet another Let's Watch. It's now heading into March, which means a quarter of the year has almost passed. That's crazy. It's still very hot here in Australia, like I'm literally sweating as I'm filming this. But I'm really excited to still be making more content for you guys. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button below to keep up my uploads if you haven't already. Today I've got two videos from Let's Watch Concert on our Studio Family Discord. That's at adamtampercussion.com/Discord. That's where you can submit all videos for the Let's Watch segment. Hello Adam or anyone, everyone. My name is Trip. I'm a freshman percussionist at UNC Charlotte. I've heard of that before. I know you released a video of Chorizen playing Kaleidoscope by Chin Cheng Lin, which is absolutely one of the best recordings of the piece online in my opinion. You know that recording, I literally used like the cheapest gear to record it, and it was just like a one-off thing. I didn't realize it was going to get so many views, but thanks for watching, I guess. Even though I'm kind of nervous too, I want to share my own recording of the piece in case you or anyone else wants to watch and or give feedback. That's a really very humble thing to do, is to show your recordings off and just be prepared for any sort of open commentary. I love it. I know my black t-shirt was not the best style choice for the recording, haha. Well, contrary to popular belief, black t-shirt is actually one of the most common percussion uniforms, like for concert blacks in lieu of a collared shirt, because it's just more comfortable and it looks a little bit more casual, sometimes a little bit more athletic if you're going for a piece that's very athletic, like a multi-percussion piece. Martin Grubinger, for example, always performs with a black t-shirt. Twin Cushion, my friends from Taiwan, they perform in black t-shirts. It's actually a very common thing. Even though there are some missed notes, I've gotten to the point where I've accepted wrong notes will happen. I'm still really proud of the performance. Mallets are Nanai Mamura Encore Series Movement 1 and 2 and Lin Vartan Marimba 1 Series Movement 3. Yes, you do need to do a mallet swap for this piece, generally speaking, because there's a 6 mallet part and a regular 4 mallet part. So if you don't know this piece, Kaleidoscope by Chin Cheng Lin writes a lot of these nice music pieces. I'd say my style is pretty similar to Chin Cheng Lin's. We both use the same sort of like tonal language, but Chin Cheng Lin has been doing it for a long time. He's got many concertos, many marimba solos, vibraphone solos, just a whole bunch of work, so you should definitely go check him out. But yeah, I'm really excited to see Kaleidoscope. I haven't heard Kaleidoscope for pretty much over 6 years now, so let's watch. Alright, here's the video, and the first thing I'm excited about is, well, Marimba 1. This is a very nice wood rail Marimba 1 Izzy. It looks awesome. And the mallets, Nanai Mamuras, as Trip said, and we've also got Lin Vartans. I think it's on the computer desk on the left. That is a huge bottle of, is that hand sanitizer or is that water? That is a huge bottle. Anyway, I don't need to say any more about this. I think this has been recorded in a percussion studio. Well, they even have like a microwave and a kettle and stuff. It kind of looks like my studio. Okay, let's watch. Oh, that bass is so nice. I think the two Nanai Mamura at the top is a little bit too hard compared to the other mallets. But you're doing a good job of trying to mediate the difference, which is good. This is such a good piece. It's like, life is a mystery. I like the slow down. Try and see if you can move across with your mallets a bit more so that you don't have to turn on an angle. Accuracy will be a bit better. Okay, we'll talk more about the playing position later. Whoa, that was nice! Nice. I like your voicing. Nice bass. Okay, that's pretty good. I've got more to say about that later, but let's keep watching. 6 mallets, here we go. 6 mallets. So, fun fact is, I still can't play 6 mallets. I have never tried. I've been too scared to try. Very nice rolling. Very nice that you're being gentle with it. I think you could tilt the left hand so that you could maybe play a bit more, but that's okay. Oh, beautiful. The way you're easing into it is very, very nice. very good. Wow, this is... I think you could vary the roll speed a little bit more, maybe. It does sound like it's a all the way, but we'll talk more about that later. That's good, but in a concert hall that will probably be too soft and no one would hear that. Okay, we got it going now, that's good. I love that you're being gentle with it. This is actually my favorite movement of Kaleidoscope. Now I remember. Oh, great phrasing. Really great. I love the push and pull. It's really nice. I still think that top mallet is too hard. This is a common thing with the Nanaimo series, is that the core can sometimes speak a bit too soon if you're not careful. This is very nice though. It's very nice and round how you're playing. I love this part. I love it! Ooh, that's good! Man, accuracy is really good. 6 mellow is really hard. And the laterals you're doing are really clean. Ah, we had a bit of hesitation there. So you're trying to get more weight, which is good, but I'll talk more about it later. Yeah. Oh, nice. Probably need to hit that a bit harder. I can't really hear it. Top bars don't speak very well with this kind of dynamic. Oh, nice. Nice save. I love it. I love your voicing in this. It's really, really clear what the melody is, which is really appreciated. Really, really nice. And it suits the style of the piece, the floatiness. Ah, this is a good roll. Hey, I can see you changing the roll speed. That's good. Oh, yeah, I saw that. The lilt. That's nice. Probably can bring it out a little bit more. I'd say just play a little bit more in the center if you can, just to get more of the resonator sound, especially on Marimba 1. Nice! Oh, that's good. It probably needed more bass though, a bit too soft. Nice! Very good, very good. This is a very beautiful movement. Well done. It's really well rounded, really nice phrasing. Whoa, you're already starting. Okay. Oh, very nice phrasing. Very nice phrasing. Let's go. Ah, that is beautiful. Oh, very nice. I can see you're really trying to stretch it out and bring the joy out, which is awesome. This is like the Final Fantasy part, I remember. You look like you're having fun with it, that's great. Oh, I love your pacing with this. Well done, the scale run fit in perfectly. I forgot how good this pace is. It's so good. Damn, Jim, you make such good music. Oh. I think this part can be a bit louder. It's a little bit too soft still. Ah, just missed the bass note. Like, I think you could have had a breath to start that off, just to demarcate that section. Oh, I heard that restart. Yeah, I think you need to breathe more, so you can really use some weight. Okay. Right, straight back into the texture. Let's go. Woo! Woo! I think this part is actually the best part you've got in this piece. You've done it so well with the stretching and stuff. Even with the wrong notes, the feel is there. Sounds so joyous, sounds so beautiful. Okay, that's a little bit too fast. Careful not to make the levels too close together, otherwise it sounds like there's gaps in it. You kind of want it to sound like a continuous flurry of notes. Nice. Whoa! Nice! And with the walk-off. Well done. It sounds like an easy piece because it's so tonal and stuff, but actually it's quite difficult to get it accurate because everybody knows it's tonal. Like, anytime there's something that sounds atonal, people are like, ah, that's wrong. So I always feel the pressure is higher on these kind of tonal pieces, but you did a really great job overall. The accuracy is actually not too bad. I know that you said that you had a lot of wrong notes. It doesn't sound like you have that many. It does sound like you did have a couple of restarts here and there, but that's all stuff that can be ironed out with further practice. If you're planning to perform this piece again at a later date, I have a few things that you might want to consider that could make it sound even better than it already does. I think it already sounds quite good. You've picked suitable mallets. You're being careful not to hit things too hard. You're being very, very gentle, sometimes a bit too gentle. I'd first like to start off by looking at your stance behind the marimba. So it looks like you're standing quite close to the marimba. That might be the camera angle or something, but it looks like you're almost touching the bars with your stomach area because you're standing quite close, and the way you're playing at the moment is kind of like you're having to keel over the top of it. Because you're doing that, you're only able to use your arm weight up to a certain point. So I've mentioned this on the channel a few times. Stroke weight is really important if you want to get more power, more projection. The smallest stroke weight is usually fingers, and then you have wrist stroke, and then you have forearm stroke, and then you have full arm stroke all the way up to the shoulder line, using your back, and then finally full body stroke where you literally go to town and you use your entire body, which we don't really use that often on marimba because it can sound quite harsh. But in this instance, we've got some of these big bass note sections, big boom sections where we want to have a little bit more weight. And you might remember in the video when it was playing, I was saying, oh, it could have some more weight. So what I mean is you could get yourself in a more favorable stance where you're able to bounce off the marimba, use your body weight, use your arm weight more favorably as opposed to just trying to hit it with only up to here. So the easiest way to fix this, I would say, is maybe stand a little bit further back and maybe actually bending your knees slightly. So if I stand over here, if I'm standing like this and there is no bend in my knees and my core is not engaged and I'm just kind of standing like regular standing relaxed pose like this, kind of almost a little bit slouched, and I try to play like this, I can only really get power up to here and I can't get much projection that way. But if I was to slightly bend my knees, almost like I'm about to sit down, Core is slightly engaged, so the back is also engaged, and then I can literally get heaps of power from the back projection, and if I want to go for those big notes, I just have to lean across, bang, 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 and just hit it like that. But if I'm standing like really straight and upright and really close, the range of motion is very limited. Almost imagine that you're pushing the floor slightly, like pushing it away from yourself with your feet, and that will make you feel a little bit more grounded. Your center of gravity will be lower, and you'll just be a lot more aerodynamic on your moves. Anyway, the rest of it is fine. It's really just getting more familiar with the passages that you had to restart, and all you'd have to do for that is just zero in on them. So I call this technique zooming in, where you just zoom into that part of the score and attack the sections before it and after it, and then join it together, and you'll be able to fix it. Vary the tempo, do one hand at a time, do whatever you need to do to fix the problem area. So yeah, well done Trip. It's a really, really nice performance. I really love this piece very much, and thank you for giving me something beautiful to listen to. And for everyone who was watching this video, I'm sure they loved it as well. If you did, please leave a comment down below saying that Trip did an amazing job, and if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, the next video is a piece that is even closer to me, which is Sword Shield. Sword Shield by me, one of my favorite pieces. I actually just played this with my friend Maddie back in December. If you haven't checked out that video, it's over here. Rich says, my friend Caden and I played your piece at District Solo and Ensemble yesterday and received a 1. I'm guessing 1 is the highest. And here is our recording of it. Enjoy! Thank you so much Caden and Rich for playing Sword Shield. I'm really excited to watch your version. And if you'd like to play Sword Shield as well, you can get the sheet music right now at adamstanpercussion.com/download. Let's watch. Okay, so here's the piece, and we can see we've got what looks like a Yamaha marimba and a Yamaha vibraphone. Yeah, you don't really need a big instrument to play Sword Shield. You can play it on really small 4.3s. It still sounds really good. They're both wearing concert blacks. Looks very professional. I'm very excited. It looks like this is getting judged as well. Oh yeah, so this is them playing it in the INE. So they got a 1. It'd be pretty awkward if 1 meant like 1 out of 10 or something. No way, surely this is like something really, really special. So I'm really excited. Let's go. Wow, this is really fast. Your opening chords are a bit weird, but you got them back. That's nice. Yeah, could have had more of a writ leading up to that. That's fine. Nice. We always make this mistake all the time. Don't worry. Careful not to rush. Marimba's rushing a little bit. Sit back, sit back. Oh, just missed the cue. Okay. Nice, you got this back in. Okay, you got it back, you got it back. Okay, reset. Let's go. Yep, keep going, you got it, you got this. Ah, they had to move it up the octave. Why? That's interesting. Oh, you're hanging on. That's good. Oh, this part's locked in pretty well. Oh, the wrong bass note. I think this is the wrong octave for the vibraphone. I think it's the wrong range. It should be 1 octave up, the vibraphone part in this section. And there should be an acceleration throughout the section. Okay, yeah, let's do it. This should be the loudest part. Oh, nice scale, right? That was good. Oh, interesting chord. Yep. I like that you're looking at each other. I like the breath. Nice. Probably could have held that ending a little bit more. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. Firstly, really well done for tackling a very advanced piece. Sword Shield is one of the hardest pieces I've written. In fact, it's the hardest duo piece that I have in my catalog at the moment, and you've done a really good job of trying to tackle all of these pockets and locking it together, especially the anytime you had that section, it always locked in really well. What makes it hard is not so much the notes themselves, but just how they fall in with each other's parts, the pocket. And when I was rehearsing this with my friend Maddie, we also had this similar issue where one person might push, usually it was me, and the other person is like more steady. So generally you need to come to like a consensus and figure out what your group tempo is, what your group beat is, and have nice big beat pulses. I also really like the brightness and the feel of it. The sound was really nice. You didn't have too harsh mallets in the marimba, and the vibraphone's sparkliness was just right. I think it's like a really nice feeling. Okay, let's talk about a few things that can be improved in this recording. It did feel like the marimba was pushing the tempo in the groove parts. Even though it sounds fast and looks fast on the sheet, it's not actually that quick. Sword Shield should be more like sitting back, like driving but sitting back. You gotta try and make sure, as the marimbist especially, to try and keep a solid foundation for your vibe player to follow. And then when the vibe player is leading, for example in the vibraphone part has the job of keeping the tempo steady. Dun, 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 dun. You have to have that sort of steadiness in this piece, otherwise it starts to get quite carried away. You could see there were some parts where one person was playing faster than the other, and then you don't end up hitting those key points together and it sounds a bit off. Speaking of tempo, I didn't really see any of the changes in tempo that were required, like the Ritz and the accelerandos. For example, the Rit at the beginning. When you have a Rit at the start, it would have been nice to see a little bit more of that. We did see some group slowdowns together, which was great, but generally the accelerations were kind of missing, so just check those speed markings. Next up is the note accuracy. Now, when I was watching the two of you play your notes, it sounds like you're getting a lot of wrong notes because it's underprepared, but I don't actually think it's underprepared. It looks like it's actually really well prepared. It looks like both of you have spent a lot of time practicing the individual runs, but it's just that when you come together and you play at this suddenly faster tempo, neither of you are expecting it, and it kind of just throws both of you off, and then you start landing the notes in like weird places and stuff. Taking the whole thing slower would make it so much easier, I think, and also just playing together at a slow tempo first. Then you get to the performance, and of course there's like nerves and all that kind of stuff, and that makes you want to play even faster, and then it results in this. I'd say the dynamics, generally speaking, was okay. The balance seemed fine to me. It seemed pretty clear when the vibraphone was in charge and pretty clear when the marimba was in charge. Finally, things like pauses and even the ending, just hold them up a little bit longer. So when you finish the piece, it kind of seemed like you just went, doo, and you just put your hands down. It was like, okay, that's that. But you want to kind of be proud of your performance. I've said this in previous videos before. When you have this really cool ending, especially in Sword Shield where the ending's like this really rapid fire ending, you want to end it in a way that's kind of like, everybody appreciate it. But if you end it too quickly, you're like, oh, thanks very much, goodbye. People don't have a chance to absorb it because they've realized you've already stopped performing. Maintain your status as the performer for as long as possible. You hit the last note, hold it up, maybe do like a freeze. So when Maddie and I did it, we hit the chord together and we would bring our hands up at the same rate as each other. And then once we got to a point which was like around eye level, we would stop and hold it. And the vibraphone is still ringing, 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 ringing. One of us, usually it was Maddie, the vibraphone player, she would cut it, and I'll cut it as well, and then we'd be like, okay, it's done. And that gave the audience an extra, 5 to 7 seconds to absorb what had just happened, which is a really great way to play your audience. It's a really great way to improve their perception of the piece, and it's just a more enjoyable listening experience. So yeah, Kaden and Ridge, overall, it's still a really good performance. I just think there needs to be more communication, more consensus, definitely more visual cueing. If you have like really clear cues together and just sitting in that pocket really nicely rather than like pushing with the tempo, just sitting back a bit, it will sound so good. And both of you are obviously very good players. So I think you could definitely make it happen with not very much time at all. I would love to see another video of this. Let me know if you're gonna do this in the comments down below. And for everyone else, let me know what you thought of Kaden and Ridge's video in the comments down below. Thank you so much for playing the piece again, and if you enjoyed the video today, please give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. It's just so nice for me as a content creator to watch other people playing pieces, not just my pieces, but just any pieces in their best form, in their best light, and just shining on stage. And I want to see more of that. Head to adamtampercussion.com/Discord if you want to submit your videos to the Let's Watch segment. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you next week for another episode of The Studio. Good night.